My boss said I was too valuable to promote, so I trained my replacement and doubled my salary elsewhere. I never thought being too good at your job could be a career liability until my performance review last spring after 4 years as a senior systems analyst at FinTech Beijing. I'd consistently exceeded expectations. I automated processes that saved the company millions, resolved critical system failures that others couldn't fix, and trained junior team members who all received promotions before me. When the team lead position opened up, I was the obvious choice. I had the experience, the technical skills, and the respect of my colleagues. My manager, Greg, had even hinted for months that I was being groomed for leadership. So when Greg slid a standard 3% raise letter across the table instead of a promotion announcement, I was confused. What about the team-led position? I asked. Greg leaned back in his chair with that corporate smile I'd come to recognize as the prelude to disappointment. Sarah, you are simply too valuable in your current role. Nobody understands our legacy systems like you do. Moving you to management would be a disservice to the company. I blinked. So I am being punished for being good at my job, not punished appreciated. We need you right where you are. He tapped the raise letter. Class, this is above the standard inflation adjustment. I nodded politely and left his office, but something had fundamentally changed. That night, I updated my resume for the first time in 4 years. 2 weeks later, I was interviewing at competitor companies. Within a month, I had 3 offers, all for positions above my current level and with significantly higher salaries. I accepted a technical director role at our biggest competitor, a 95% salary increase with equity options. When I submitted my resignation, Greg was stunned. You can't leave. Who will maintain the legacy systems? The new team lead doesn't understand half of what you do. That's unfortunate, I replied. Perhaps I should have been less valuable. Greg scrambled to counteroffer, suddenly finding budget for promotion and a 20% raise, but it was too little, too late. I had already accepted the new position. I'll need you to document everything before you go, he said desperately, and train whoever we hire to replace you. I agreed, but with one condition. I wanted it in writing that I would be paid as a consultant for the training at my new salary rate. Desperate, Greg approved it. For my final 3 weeks, I meticulously documented every process, created training videos, and organized knowledge transfer sessions. I even helped interview my replacement, a bright analyst named Marcus who reminded me of myself 4 years earlier. On my last day, Marcus asked me why I was leaving after being so thorough and setting him up for success, because success shouldn't be a ceiling. I told him, remember that when you get good at this job 6 months later. FinTech Beijing hired my new company for emergency consulting when their legacy systems crashed during a critical financial quarter. Greg wasn't in the meeting, having been restructured out of his position. The project fee for 3 days of my time was equivalent to 2 months of my old salary. Sometimes being too valuable just means you are being undervalued somewhere else.